The wedding was perfect, flowers swayed in the summer breeze, laughter filled the air, and a string quartet played softly as the bride walked down the aisle. Everyone's eyes were on her, until a small figure appeared at the edge of the garden. A 9-year-old boy stood there barefoot, holding a bundled newborn baby in his arms. His clothes were dusty, his hair tangled, and his face pale with fear. No one knew who he was, or where he came from. But what he said next silenced the entire crowd. Hey everyone, welcome back to your channel name, where we share real, heart-touching stories that remind us what truly matters: love, courage, and kindness. If you believe the world could use a little more compassion, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps us keep spreading light through stories like this one. It was a bright Saturday afternoon in a small town in North Carolina. The old oak trees in the park were strung with white fairy lights for the wedding of Emily and Jake, two high school sweethearts finally tying the knot. Guests were smiling, the photographer was snapping pictures, and everything seemed picture perfect, until the music stopped. People turned as a young boy stumbled down the gravel path leading to the ceremony. He looked completely out of place, his clothes too big, his shoes missing, his arms clutching a sleeping newborn wrapped in a worn pink blanket. At first, everyone thought maybe he was lost. Some whispered, others frowned. The bride, Emily, froze mid-step, her heart suddenly heavy with worry. She looked at Jake, who stepped forward carefully. "Hey, buddy," Jake said softly, kneeling down. "Are you okay? Where are your parents?" The boy's lip trembled. He tightened his hold on the baby and whispered, "I don't have any." "Please, can you help her? She's hungry." A hush fell over the crowd. Emily rushed forward, her veil brushing the ground as she knelt beside the boy. "Sweetheart," she said gently, "is that your sister?" He nodded. "Her name's Lily. She's only 3 days old." Emily felt a chill run through her body. 3 days? That meant someone had just given birth, and now this little boy was standing here, alone, with a newborn in his arms. She led him to a nearby bench while Jake called for someone to bring water and a blanket. The guests gathered in silence, unsure what to do. When Emily asked where he lived, the boy pointed toward a small dirt road that led out of town. "It's far," he said. "We were staying in a trailer, but Mommy got sick. She told me to find help before she went to sleep and wouldn't wake up." The crowd gasped. Emily covered her mouth as tears welled up in her eyes. Jake immediately called 911. Within minutes, paramedics and police arrived. But even as professionals took over, the boy refused to let go of his baby sister. He kept whispering to her, "It's okay, Lily. You're gonna be okay." Emily stood there, her wedding forgotten for the moment. Something inside her broke open, a deep ache mixed with awe. Here was a child, barely 9 years old, doing everything he could to protect someone smaller, someone helpless. When the officer gently tried to take Lily, the boy looked up and asked, "Please, don't take her away from me. I promised Mommy I'd take care of her." Even the officer hesitated. Emily knelt again. "What's your name?" she asked softly. "Ethan," he said. "Ethan Cole." "Ethan," she said with tears in her voice, "you're the bravest big brother I've ever met." The ceremony never resumed that day. Emily and Jake drove to the hospital with Ethan and Lily, still dressed in their wedding clothes. Emily sat in the back seat, holding Lily while Ethan sat beside her, silent and pale. At the hospital, the doctors confirmed what everyone feared. The children's mother had passed away only hours earlier. There were no relatives listed on record, and Ethan didn't know his father. He had left before Lily was born. That night, while the newlyweds' reception hall stood empty, Emily and Jake sat in the hospital waiting room. The baby was safe and resting, and Ethan had finally fallen asleep in a chair, his small hand still clutching his sister's blanket. Jake turned to Emily and said, "You know, I think our wedding happened exactly the way it was supposed to." Emily nodded, tears streaming down her face. "Yeah," she whispered. "We didn't need a big party to start our marriage. We needed a reminder of what love really means." The next morning, Emily and Jake returned to see Ethan. He woke up looking lost, clutching the stuffed bear a nurse had given him. "Where's Lily?" he asked immediately. "She's okay," Emily said, smiling gently. "She's eating and sleeping. The doctors say she's strong, just like you." Ethan's eyes filled with tears. "They said I might have to go somewhere else. A foster home. I don't want to leave her." Emily looked at Jake. Without even speaking, they both knew what they wanted to do. They spent the next few weeks working with child services, filing paperwork, and going through every possible step to make it official. It wasn't easy, and there were background checks, interviews, and long nights of waiting. But they never gave up. Finally, after almost 2 months, Ethan and Lily came home with Emily and Jake. The wedding photos on their mantle now included 2 new faces, a smiling boy with bright brown eyes and a tiny baby girl wrapped in a pink blanket. Years passed. The story of the wedding crash spread around the town and even made the local news. People called it a miracle of kindness. Emily and Jake had gone from newlyweds to parents overnight, and they did it with open hearts. Ethan grew up surrounded by love and stability for the first time. He often helped Emily bake cookies or tag along with Jake to fix things around the house. He was no longer the scared boy from that day in the park. He was confident, kind, and full of laughter. And little Lily? She grew up knowing she had 2 sets of parents, one who gave her life, and another who gave her a future. Every year on their wedding anniversary, Emily and Jake took Ethan and Lily back to that same park. They'd sit under the oak trees, light a small lantern, and tell the story of how they all found each other. Ethan would always say, "It wasn't your wedding that day. It was the day we became a family." The story of Ethan and Lily reminds us that kindness doesn't always come in grand gestures. Sometimes it's about stopping your own celebration to help a stranger. Sometimes it's about opening your home when your heart says it's the right thing to do. Emily and Jake didn't plan for their wedding to become a rescue mission. But in that moment, they saw something that mattered more than vows or decorations. They saw humanity. When people heard their story, donations poured in for orphan care, hospitals, and family support services. The entire community was moved by the simple act of love that began with a frightened boy walking into a wedding. Years later, Ethan wrote a letter that was read at his high school graduation. He said, "I used to think kindness was something you had to earn. But I learned it's something you give even when it costs you everything. The day I walked into that wedding, I didn't just find help, I found a home." Kindness doesn't always change the whole world, but it can change someone's world completely. So next time you see someone struggling, remember this story. You never know whose life you might be walking into, or how your kindness might rewrite their story forever. If this story touched your heart, please share it with someone who needs a reminder that goodness still exists. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to your channel name for more stories that show how powerful love and compassion can be. Because sometimes, the smallest act of kindness can become the beginning of something beautiful.